I'm here with my personal custom dirt jumper. The frame is a chromoly frame made by Dutch Frameworks. He's a local rider, frame builder right here in Middletown, New Jersey. He was able to put this together for me. I can't appreciate it enough. I know he's tied up with all his other obligations for some of the BMX frame manufacturers. Highlights of it are integrated head tube, so it runs a standard BMX headset bearing on the top and then a 1.5 integrated bearing on the bottom. It's a 52 millimeter 45-degree angle bearing, so standard stuff. And then it also uses a 73 millimeter bottom bracket. And the biggest question I get is how do I adjust chain tension, because the dropouts are fully enclosed. So it is slotted in there. I got about a ½ inch of play, so I can go forward and back about a ½ inch. And I have to use a female axle hub, so you slide the hub in and then bolt the axle nuts in, and then it acts just as a normal bolt-on. I'm using a RockShox Pike dirt jumper. Nothing really special about it. I don't want anything special. Standard tokens that come stock in it. When I'm riding the trails, I usually run the compression all the way, so it's nice and stiff. Using Chromag FU40 40 mil aluminum rise bars, or 31/8, and I'm also using a Chromag Ranger stem. I think it's 50 mil, also 31/8, and that top cap is for a Wahoo computer. If I want to bring my computer to see how many laps I can take, that's why I'm having that there. I don't use it that much, but I do have the option. Actually using Niner grips. I like them a lot. They're just standard lock-on grips with the Niner logo. They kind of feel like ODI long necks, but not the lock-on version, the standard rubber slide-on version. I'm running 175 RNC titanium cranks. They're the early version, so it is the full 3-piece. I think the new ones are welded on one side, so it's actually more of a 2-piece. They're full titanium, fully machined, so they are, let's move this. So they're all machined out one piece. Comes with a titanium spindle and titanium bolts. They are spline drive, so it runs standard BMX sprocket, 22 millimeter, and that's made by Derek Gerard, DRG Machine. He was able to get that logo lasered on there as well. He's another BMX rider, so it's nice to support BMX riders. Bottom bracket is a Profile Elite 22 millimeter. Standard stuff, but just threads right in to the frame. Originate nylon pedals. I think they run with a bushing in there. They were meant to be temporary, and ended up loving them. These are great pedals. I have no plans of changing them. I was going to get some metal pedals, but these pedals have an insane amount of grip. Yeah, they're great. You should check them out. I'm running a standard BMX chain. This is an Odyssey Bluebird. It is 1/8. This frame was actually built around a 30-14 gear ratio, but I wanted to change it to a 32-15. I think it's the same ratio, but it just puts the 32 a little bit bigger. Maybe I got a little bit more top end. So I had to run a half-link chain, and it actually put the wheelbase pretty much exactly. It's a little more forward than it was with the 30-14, but it's fine. And because I'm running the BMX sprocket with the BMX chain, and it's 1/8 pitch, Halo Bikes makes a rear cog for the HG driver, which is 1/8 as well. So everything's 1/8. I don't have any 3/32, and so the chain can't really float around. Not that it's that big of a deal, but everything's pretty on the bike. I built. It uses a Hope Pro 4 Trials single speed hub in the rear. This frame was built 135 by 10, so I had to get a 135 by 10 single speed specific hub that bolted on, and this fit the ticket. It's been a pretty solid hub. It doesn't have as much engagement as like a Profile Elite or Industry 9 or all that stuff, but it's been really bulletproof. It's laced to Spank Spoon 32s, 32 hole, and then I use DT Swiss standard straight gauge spokes. And on the front, it's the same setup. I just use a Profile Elite non-disc hub. I don't have any front brake. I never have any intentions to run a front brake, so it just looks really clean. And I got rid of the quick release. Tires on the bike are DMR Supermotor DJ. They're made by V Rubber. Seat is a Deity, I forget what it's called, a Cafe Racer seat. It's pivotal. It mates to a old 27.2 volume pivotal seat that I had, seat post that I had laying around. You can notice there's a shim in there. The reason it's shimmed is Mike, the frame builder, he told me that he doesn't like to squash this tube to match the diameter of this. Our Shimano XT 4-piston, I think these are the 8120s. 8100s, or 8120 caliper, and then 8100 brake lever, which is right there. That uses the same lever works for the 2-piston and the 4-piston. Straight cable. I don't do bar spins or anything crazy, so just enough to do an X-up is fine by me. There's the brake bridge there. Mike does a lot of work for other frame builders, other companies, so I was able to get a lot of little touches from other cool bikes, like this piece right here. That brake brace is a brake bridge for a BMX bike, which is really cool. I'm really excited about that. So here is my bike. It's been one of my favorite bikes to use this year. It's really cool that it's locally made. I was able to support, another local rider, friend. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer.